think I might be live now. Trying to see if I have sound. Not certain if I do or not. My computer says connecting. I might be. There we go. We've got sound, yes. Trying to see if I have sound. Oops. There we go. I think we've got it now. All right, so I wanted to jump on here and do a quick. I've been trying to learn how to do the the YouTube lives, and so I am working towards that. So I have some bits and pieces here to make a fun card, and then I've got a punch and different things. So I think I will get started. All right, so the card that we're going to make this evening is this Thinking of You card. And I saw it somewhere where the person, I think they maybe were doing a mystery stamp, I don't really know, but I like their concept of how they did their card. And so we're going to recreate, this is the card that I created, and we're going to recreate the same one, but I will give you all the measurements and different things, and then after the video I will try to remember to go back and put the measurements in the description. So that's the card we're going to make. And for that card, I have a piece of thick basic white. It is 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and I have scored it at 5 1/2. All right, so I'm going to fold this over and grab my bone folder, and I'm going to crease this. So the DSP that we're using today is the Zinnia DSP. It's called Flowering Zinnia. And for that, you're going to need 4 pieces that are 1/2 inch, and they are 3 inches long. And then you're going to need 3 pieces that are 3/4 inch by 3 inches long. And then we need a piece of a neutral color, and I'm using basic white, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. That's what this one is. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then I put it through the embossing folder, and this is the Zinnia embossing folder, and it goes like this. And so when you open it up, I put my cardstock in like this, but I have since figured out that it doesn't matter which way you put it in. So this one's a landscape, but the one that I'm going to do this time, I'm going to do in portrait. So that embossing folder is the Zinnia 3D embossing folder. I always have no idea how to say that word. So I have Blackberry Bliss and Petal Pink for my colors. And then I have some twine here. I don't know if it's enough. If it's not, I've got another roll of twine to use for my card. And then I also brought in these gorgeous, they are adhesive back shiny sequins to decorate and embellish the front. And then a couple other little things that I do extra to it. And then just a scrap piece of basic white or a neutral color of my basic white. And then I have Thinking of You. I didn't put the stickers on apparently. And then the butterflies. And they come from the Sketched Butterflies. And if you're joining me this evening for this new YouTube live, I haven't tried the Facebook live yet, for this YouTube live, then in the comments just tell me where you're watching from. I appreciate, and if you like this card, I appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. And if you are joining me for the very first time, if you would follow my channel, you might find some other inspiration for cards. So here we go. We will get started. What I'm going to do is I have a piece of, it's that seal wrap for your kitchen area, but I'm going to use this here, and it's sticky on one side and not on the other. So I'm going to show you how I do this. So I'm going to put down my one piece of DSP, and I'm going to alternate them. So I'm going to put this one next. I think I'll put this one like this. Okay. I'm trying to like even them up at the bottom. Okay. And I maybe didn't get them completely perfect, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put the next one. So I'm just going to do every other one. I'm going to show you a few tricks of how I do this. Okay, so I'm going to put that one down there. Then I'm going to put the next one. Now I'll put this one. I'll put this next one. And then I'll put this one. Okay, so I want to take a flat edge of some sort. I want to line these up and butt them up against each other here like this. Just kind of make certain I'm keeping them close together like that. And then do this next one, next one. I'm trying to hold them all in place. And I'm not really putting them on here in any particular order, like in area. So I'm not trying to do that part yet. I'm just trying to get them lined up, kind of butted up against each other like that. And what I was going to do with this was, if I need to, like, my edges, I can tap them into place, hopefully. Bring this back down. So this is what takes the longest right here, is trying to line that up. Whoops, and make certain it stays together. Okay. There we go. So I have that. I think it's lined up pretty well. So I'm going to take this with the sticky side down, and I'm going to just lay it over the top and press. It's called press and seal. That's what it's called. You just kind of push that into the, like that. Just get all those pieces of DSP. Then I'm going to lift it up like this. So I have all my pieces together here like that. And then I want to bring in my liquid glue. I did find out liquid glue does seem to do the best. And I don't want to get real close to the seams, but I do want to add the liquid glue. You have to open a new bottle. No, it doesn't seem to want to come out. Let's see if this one has anything in it. So I'm just adding it to each individual strip. If you go over the seam too much, it does have a tendency to come out. All right, so there's that. So I'm going to bring this piece of cardstock in, and then I'm going to try to center it using this press and seal. That looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to just go over. And that way, you're not trying to glue each one down. So like if you make a mistake, fill this up now. I have just a little bit of little wiggle room where I can close up these little gaps because I used liquid glue. And then this one here seems to be, whoops, hit my light, just a little bit longer than it needs to be. There we go. And you can't even really tell that it was like that. So there is that. That's glued down. And I did this piece for that, and you can do it 2 or 3 times before it loses its stickiness. I'm going to put that right there for now. So this is my card base, and I've already scored it, and we're going to do this as a portrait. And then I want to add glue to the back of this. Glue works best if you use glue. It helps with the embossing part of it. If you use like tape runner, it sometimes doesn't get as good of a grip because it's raised up. It's not just a smooth surface. So I'll just add that on there, and I am putting it through the center and everything else because I don't wish to swap that out for right now. Have it come up in the center. So this goes this way. So this is directional, but once I glue it down, I notice that you won't be able to tell. So I'm going to add this on here, and sometimes I like to do it in a landscape so I can see more area. Now I'm going to hold that for just a few moments. Like that. Now I want to add glue to the back of this. Grab the wrong one. This goes together quite quickly. I don't know if it's exactly 5 minutes, but it's probably close. So I'm going to put this in like this and add that to the front, just like that. And this keeps raising up just a little bit, so I'm going to show you another little trick. I'm going to take my glue dots, just go pick one up here, lift this up a little bit, slide that under, and press down, and then that way that'll hopefully hold that down and have, yep, that corner there. And so if I didn't get it good and adhered with glue, I can add a glue dot, but you don't want to just rely on glue dots to hold it onto that embossed layer. All right, so this is Berry Burst. I forgot to tell you that was the color of that layer, that embossed layer. So I'm going to put this right over here, and I'm going to bring in my ink pads and stamping. We're going to add the Thinking of You. I'm just going to ink this up. And I put it pretty straight on the block. So I'm going to bring it over here to this edge, just off the edge a little bit, and stamp the Thinking of You. Lift. And then I just want to put a light little butterfly. So I want one that's going to be facing the words. So when I look at this, it's this one over here on this left side. Nope, it's the one over here on the left side, but whenever I flip it over, it's on the right side. Figure out my directions here. And I want to just place it near the thinking of you. And that's it right there, that little butterfly. And I could do a die cut for this thinking of you, but I already did all my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine work. So I brought in this label type punch. I'm just going to slide it through here and line it up, try to center it, and then kind of centering it from top to bottom to get the same amount of decorative, and then center from side to side. Pop that out. And then I want to take this, wrap it around my fingers a few times. That's probably enough. And then I have a piece of tape here. Add this to the back. Kind of like that. And I want to bring in a few dimensionals. Find where I laid them. I did have, oh, there they are. I'll put that. I want my tape to roll over a little bit. That. Trying to make certain that it doesn't show. There. Alright, so now I have that, and I want to make certain it's opening correctly. And then I think I'm just going to put it right, maybe right down here. There's that. Then my embellishments. I think I'm going to put one of the small pink ones up there. Another one down here. Add some of the, I don't know what color that is. And there. I added 5. You can add a few more, a few less. And then one of the other deals that I do is I like to put my cardstock down and bring in my spritzer bottle that has like 5 or 6 drops of Wink of Stella. So I take this and I unscrew the lid. And I squeeze in about 5 or 6 drops of Wink of Stella. Then I fill it up the rest of the way with rubbing alcohol. And then put the lid back on. And you only fill it up so far because once you put that spritzer part back down in there, it sometimes overflows. And then you just shake it. Then you spritz all over your card. And the more spritzing you do, the more shimmer it gets. And then, if you can see, each time I try to show the shimmer, but it does give it quite a bit of shimmer. So that is my 5-minute block card. And to me, it looks super simple, but it let the DSP do the work. There's not a lot of stamping to this card, and so if you're on a time crunch, this is a really fun card to do. Just cut, 4 pieces of 1/2 inch DSP and 3 pieces of 3/4 inch DSP, and they're all 3 inches long. And then a little scrap piece for your sentiment, and add your little bit of embellishments, give it a little spritz, and you're ready to go. So anyway, trying to see if there's comments here or not. But anyway, I am so glad that you joined me this evening for this card. And if you did not catch the live on YouTube, that's where the replay will be. Or if you got in on the tail end of this, then go over to my YouTube channel. It's Creative Coach Lisa Fulford. And hopefully you'll find some other inspiration there. And I want to thank you so much for pressing play and for joining me for another Make It Monday. Thank you a lot. Bye-bye.